Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be recording the process of my bullet journal spreads. So yeah, I hope that you guys will enjoy this video. I've been making bullet journal spreads for about 3 to 4 years now, so I know what works and what doesn't work for me. I'm very forgetful and I'm a procrastinator, so bullet journals have really helped me at least. It helps me like not just with remembering appointments and schoolwork and stuff like that, but also like with normal everyday stuff like drinking water and exercising and you know different habits. So especially the habit tracker is a lifesaver for me. I used to make weekly spreads, but I never used them and they took too much time and effort to make, and it was honestly just a waste of paper. So now I just use monthly spreads and hope that I just don't have too many things to do in one day. Yeah. I also make room for a to-do list for the month, and that's helpful for me. Or like a little notes section, things to remember, I guess. I don't know. You can do whatever you want. Personalize these spreads as much as you want to. You can also use a ruler for the lines, but I prefer the kind of messy, kind of personal touch of the imperfect lines. And I use dotted journals, or like dotted paper for these bullet journals. So I just follow the dots to make somewhat straight lines, and that works for me at least, so yeah. I've found that using watercolor markers for these spreads work the best because alcohol-based markers bleed through the paper, and so does paint, obviously. So yeah, I've found that products like Tombow brush markers and Koi markers and mile liners and stuff like that to be the best art supplies, at least for me, for these spreads. At least on this paper that I use. I make these spreads like mainly out of practicality, not to draw or design or because I think it's so fun to make bullet journals, but you know, I need them because they're practical and useful for me. So my spreads used to look a lot better. And I used to have like monthly themes and add little doodles and stuff like that, but it was way too much work for me. So now I just go for simplicity, and I have more color schemes for the different months rather than themes and doodles and stuff, and you know, you can decorate them as much as you want. It just doesn't work for me. Plus, I also prefer more simple designs because otherwise I think it looks too cluttered for me. So, to the habit trackers, you can add anything really, but I at least like to keep track of what days I draw and read to make sure that I'm actually productive and don't accidentally go like a month without drawing, because that would definitely suck. I also track when I post on Instagram and YouTube, so I don't accidentally, again, go a month without posting, because that could very easily happen. Lastly, I also like to keep track of fresh air and exercise, because otherwise I would probably never leave my house or move around. Because, again, I am painfully forgetful. So for me, if I don't track things, I'll probably rarely do it. Like, I just won't think of it. So that, you know, that's why I have these habit trackers, or these bullet journal spreads, to be honest. I've also found it very useful to track how much water I drink and how many, like, fruits and vegetables I eat in a day. Because, again, if I don't, then I just won't drink water or have any fruits and vegetables in my diet. So hydration was actually the biggest reason why I started making bullet journals to begin with, because I was really dehydrated. I just didn't drink water, and I got a lot of headaches because of that, and so I had to find some kind of way to track my water intake. So yeah, the recommended amount is like 8 glasses or 4 water bottles, and since I drink from water bottles, that's why I have four little spaces to cross out a day. But obviously, if you drink glasses instead, or want to measure by glasses, then you add like 8 little spots. So yeah, I also recently started tracking how many steps I take to make sure that I actually move around in a day. You know, because all my hobbies involve sitting, so I'm scared that I'm not getting enough movement during like summer break and holidays and stuff like that. So, you know, times where I'm really just spending my time working on my art career and stuff. So, you know, just a little reminder to myself to actually move around. So yeah, other than that, I also like tracking my favorite like monthly things. I think it's nice to go through previous months and see what I loved during that time. Plus, it's really helpful for my yearly favorites video at the end of the year. And lastly, I have a spread for expenses and savings so that I can have, at least a little control over the money that comes in and out of my account. So, yeah. And those are my monthly spreads. I also have a few yearly spreads like milestones and a bucket list, commission info, and a social media tracker. The two last ones are obviously, because of my art career. So that doesn't apply for everyone, but, these are the things that I use for my bullet journal at least, and I've found it very helpful again because I am super forgetful. So I don't know. It's helped me have some sort of control, or at least I feel like I have some sort of control over my life when I do this. I have a little bit of order, a little bit of structure, because I am also a very like go with the flow type of person. I'm like, something happens and I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing this now. So yeah, I definitely feel like I have a little bit more control, a little bit more structure in my life by doing this. So yeah, really helpful for me. I know it's helpful for a lot of people, so maybe it's helpful for you as well. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.